It means the pathway of the gods, by the way. About 115,000 years ago, an earthquake took place here, ripped off this large chunk of land, and slid the ocean, and caused a super tsunami. A wave measuring 1,500 feet, almost twice as tall as this cliffside. Went over to Japan. It also went over the island of Kauai. Over the island. Pretty cool stuff. No one was here for it though. Anyways, most historical place in Hawaii, right here. The most historical place. Politically, socially, religiously, everything took place here. All the past led here. Royalty lived on this side, and royalty and commoners lived on this side. It's also the very first place for foreign contact, which is another reason why it's the most historical place. Which brings up Captain Cook. Anybody know anything about Captain Cook? It's Captain. He's dead. Anyways, Captain Cook's considered to be one of the most famous explorers of all times as well. In order to go around the equator one time and live was an amazing thing to do. Usually you died of a disease and or an injury. Captain Cook did this 2.5 times.
Something like that.
He made incredibly detailed and accurate maps. He had an accurate timepiece for this era. And he had a knack for finding things. Not a famous explorer can't find things, right? England gives him a task in 1778 to find the Northwest Passage above Alaska. Everything's about trading purposes, and they're looking for shortcuts. On his way over, he heard a rumor that the Hawaiian Islands existed. He heard that Spain had rediscovered the Hawaiian Islands, and was keeping it a secret for trade purposes. They couldn't find them yet. They didn't make really good maps, so I don't know, lost it. I said rediscover because Captain Cook did not discover the Hawaiian Islands. The Polynesians did, and they were here about 1,000 years before his ancestors even said. That's how long they've been here. He came across Kauai, he went up to Alaska, he explored for 9 months. He needed to restock his ship. It started getting really cold, and he got really bored with this task because it doesn't exist. There is no shortcut up here. He turned around, and he came back here for the winter. He sailed on the coastline like we did this morning, just like we did. He sailed into this bay, and a major coincidence in his favor, a huge celebration was going on. The celebration was so large, it said that you could walk across this bay and outward.
Is that stuff okay up here?
I don't think it was.
Perfect.
It said that the celebration was so large, you could walk across this bay in outriggers, the canoes. There's not many people here. The celebration went on for 3 months. They put down their tools, they put down their weapons, and they celebrated. The main focus of their celebration is their god Lono. And it said that Lono left the Hawaiians, and one day he returned on a floating island covered in clouds. In come sailing these 2 largest ships they've ever seen, these big white sails, right? Lono has arrived, that's what they believe. It's also said Lono is white. They've never seen a white man before, and all stuff's Captain Cook. They think he is the god Lono. Captain Cook does not argue with them.
Doesn't scrape you, right?
You're a god, why would you argue this point? He's going to use it to his advantage, as a matter of fact. He's going to use it for trade purposes. He's going to use this. He finds out they have a very sophisticated social order. They are the Stone Age when it comes to metals. They have no metals whatsoever. They also have what we call the shared resource society. They shared everything. They had no word for possession or steal. They would come on to Captain Cook's boat and borrow things. Just pick it up, right? They had no metals, so they were amazed by this. Captain Cook almost drained this whole area of all its resources restocking his ship. Hawaiians felt that he wasn't sharing back enough. And they would they would come on his boat and pick things up. They'd swim under the boat and pull the nails out. They'd bend these for fish hooks. If you think about it, they're fishermen, and they don't have metals, so they're using stick stones and bones for hooks. They're amazed at it. As most captains, Captain Cook was pretty uptight. Hawaiians are getting sick from diseases, and they're questioning his godlike ability. He decides to leave here and explore Maui. On his crossing, he breaks a mast, and he turns around and decides to come back here and fix it. He sails back down, he looks back down the coastline, sails in this bay, and nobody's here this time. There is no celebration going on. It's time of Ku, the war god, and you're not allowed in the bay. And he sails right through here. Hawaiians really are questioning him now. What's up with this, your boat? Why can't you just fix it, or your island, whatever they thought? What are you doing here? It's not your turn. You should be back here for another year. Leave Captain Cook just let alone. Some Hawaiian warriors come onto the boat one night and borrow the longboat. You always hear the story being told about a rowboat. It was not a rowboat. It was a longboat, and it was the most important piece of equipment on his boat. It's equivalent of taking both engines out of this boat right now. You just dead in the water without it. It also been around the world 2.5 times with him. It had carvings, jewels, trinkets on it. It was his prized possession, and he wanted this back, and he needed it back. Came up with a plan. Gonna get a chief on board for lunch, then hold him ransom. He came ashore here, a bunch of Marines. There was 600 Hawaiian warriors on the shoreline here. Hawaiians are really large. Hawaiian warriors are about 6'4", 240-pound linebacker-built guys. The British are real big. They came ashore here. he went to go get the chief, and the chief decided not to get onto the boat. Against Captain Cook's orders, one of the Marines touches the chief. This is like a move against the law. Fight breaks out. Captain Cook is stabbed, ironically, with something he gave the Hawaiians. And he made it over here where those kayaks are, and he fell in the water and he drowned. The reason why he drowned is because he couldn't swim. No British naval officer or sailor could swim of this era. If you could swim, you didn't get the job. They thought if you could swim, if something happened to the boat, you would jump off the swimway. If you couldn't swim, you would do everything you could to save the ship, or the captain would go down with the ship. Again, he drowned. 3 of the Marines did get onto a little boat, got out of their little launch. All of them died, just so you know. Captain Cook was taken to a hale, a place of worship back here. Clients believe your bones are your power, your spirit, your mana. What they did with Captain Cook is they cooked all the flesh off his bones. Pretty wild. Anyways, what they would do if you were a chief, a ruler of men, royalty, they went to great lengths to hide your power in the afterlife. They would lower a young male down this hillside, he would crawl in one of these caves, and he would hide the chief's bones. On the way up, the priest would say a prayer, cut the rope, the young male would fall to his death, the spirit of knowledge of where the bones were. Just so you know, they knew what was going on. Some of them actually jumped, did it themselves. They were born and raised to do this all their lives. They also believed in reincarnation. They believed the young male would come back as a chief in his next life. So his family was immediately moved up the social ladder. Everybody was super nice to your family. They wanted to be protected in the afterlife. They did this with Captain Cook, and one night a lone canoe comes out to the boat and drops off the most important parts, the skeleton. Thought it was really cool Captain Cook could take his hair off, by the way. Sit around the campfire at night drinking kava, just so that they could speak intelligently. And they would pass it around. They thought it was really cool. His hands do the work, and his feet, that's what gets you where you're going. The British left here with stories of cannibalism. They thought the Hawaiians ate Captain Cook to gain his power. When they returned, while Hawaii was still a monarch, the royal family sat him down and explained to them, we didn't eat Captain Cook. In fact, we gave him a burial only for royalty. That's how much we respected him, and that's how much we believed in his leadership ability. In order to smooth things over, they donated this plot of land up here inside the canyons, the Gangland. Just so you guys know, it's the only foreign-owned land on American soil. It's a family here maintains the property, and England is in charge of managing the monument. The last time they were here, they forgot their ladder. The top of it's not moving too well now. I think they have a ladder. Anyways, again, England hasn't been here for a while to maintain it. And he died here, over there again, Valentine's Day, 1779.